Hi everyone, Kate out here. So this is going to be the second in sort of a mini-series of videos on different factions within the city of Axiom proper. So last time we covered the bank and how that works and how it's run. So today I figured we would discuss the Axiom Post, the post office. The Axiom Post is one of the few organizations in Axiom that transcends the boundaries of the various city sections. In almost every city section that you go to within the greater city, you will find Axiom Post offices. Each individual city section is covered by what the Post calls a brotherhood, just a group of individuals who are ultimately responsible for making sure that the various messages that they handle get delivered properly. So typically, each brotherhood of the Axiom Post will have a central office and multiple branch offices, much like the actual post office here in the country that I live in, the United States. And the majority of their leadership will be dispersed throughout each one of these various branch offices, with their actual head being located at their largest and most important office in the city section. Typically, this large and important office is located very close to the biggest center of commerce within that section of the city of Axiom. For instance, in White Pillar, the central square of White Pillar is the center of commerce for a good part of the city, and the Brotherhood of the Axiom Post has their main office there right off of the main square. It's a big marble building that you really can't miss, and it actually sits right next to a bank branch. So the real question is, why does a service like this exist in the city of Axiom when, as I have said in previous videos, magic is as common as dirt, so couldn't you just use a sending spell? Well, to be perfectly honest, for many things, yes. Yes, you could use a sending spell. The problem with something like sending is, if you read it, it says that if you need to deliver a message to somebody who's on another plane of existence, that there's a 5% failure chance. So Axiom itself is a demi-plane, a created sub-pocket of reality, basically. Because of that, there are no other planes directly associated with Axiom. So sending works perfectly as long as the individual that you're looking for is actually in the city at the time. The real problem shows up when you start to think about the fact that traveling to one of the worlds connected to Axiom is not planar travel, it's dimensional travel. The amount of power required to do dimensional travel is an order of magnitude beyond that, which is needed for planar travel. I will go into this in much more detail when I talk about magic and portals in another video, but needless to say, sending won't work as soon as somebody steps into a different dimension than you are currently in. So as soon as your intended recipient steps through a portal to one of the worlds connected to Axiom, you can no longer use the sending spell. As far as I'm concerned, you couldn't even use magical items that send messages, much like Matt Colville's Diplomats pouch, which he has in his Strongholds and Followers book, and I will try and link something in the description below to show you what that item looks like. So, because of the fact that it's not planar travel in Axiom, it's dimensional travel, and the unreliability of magically sending messages, you end up needing something like the Post, a way to safely and anonymously and reliably get a message from a sender to a recipient. So how does this work? Well, there's a number of things that happen here. Many people who are in Axiom that expect to need to send and receive messages will go to their local branch of the Post, and they will set up what amounts to an account with the Post. This costs a nominal fee. For a party of adventurers, this would be trivial. In return for this fee, the person setting up the account will receive their Post token. It's basically a gold coin that's got an enchantment on it. What this token lets the post do is it lets the post determine if the individual is in the city of Axiom or not. This coin can also be set to glow when a message is received. This glow can happen even if the person who has the coin is in a different dimension from the city of Axiom. Therefore, they'll know when they have a message. There's really no way to track these coins other than to know, is the person in the dimension that I'm in? So it's relatively safe to at least carry around with you regularly. However, some people are incredibly paranoid and they leave their coin somewhere that they're not going to be, so that there isn't even the remote chance that they could be tracked. Because it does have a magical aura, so detecting magic might actually pick it up if you have it on you, and people are looking for magical item type things. If the person is within the city of Axiom and the post gets a message that needs to be delivered to them, the post will, of course, track that person down and deliver the message to them. The leadership of the post has gone to great lengths to make sure that everybody within Axiom knows that not only are they able to use the post to deliver messages, but that these messages are 100% confidential, and that the people sending and handling these messages will not read them, look at them, or display the contents of the messages to anyone other than the intended recipient. The post is primarily made up of very powerful wizards, because traversing the great distances of the city of Axiom to deliver these messages, frequently these messages being handwritten notes or letters of some kind, takes a wizard to really be able to send that kind of a message in any sort of a reasonable length of time. These same powerful wizards make it very dangerous to actually try to intercept or steal somebody's messages when they're being sent via the post, because if you're going to go up against one of these wizards, you're going to need to expect that they're going to be able to defend themselves with really any kind of magic that is at a high-level wizard's disposal, and that can be quite a bit. Aside from their way of notifying people that a message is on its way via making the coins glow, and also being able to tell if the recipient is in the city of Axiom, the post tends to keep track of where the various account holders tend to stay. This way it's easier for the post to track these people down and deliver the messages that need to be delivered. Sometimes people who are paranoid enough will request that the post simply hold their messages at the local office, and these individuals will then come pick them up whenever something has arrived for them. As to what you can send, the post will really send any document, and they will guarantee that this document is confidential and arrives at the destination that it needs to arrive, so that the individual that it's addressed to can pick it up. What the post cannot do is guarantee how long it will take to get the message there. A person can pay more money to make sure that the message gets closer to the intended recipient faster, but it really ends up being kind of up to the recipient to make sure that they're around in Axiom and available to have the message either delivered to them or picked up in some way. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. As always, I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead of you. I would love it if you're able, if you could go out, play some games, have some fun, do something cool, and try and remember, be excellent to everyone else out there. It'll make the world so much better of a place for everyone else. Thank you so much. Have a good one.